Hi, my name's David Mayberry and I'm the Managing Director of Go Communications, and we specialise in refurbished networks. Does your warehouse look like this? Loads of kit left over from projects. It's just gathering dust. A lot of this equipment might have some cost into it, might not have been written off just yet. Or it has, and it's just left over from projects, but it's basically like old fruit. It's just depreciating in value over time, and at some point or another it's going to be absolutely worthless and you'll just be scrapping the whole lot and then you won't get a bean for it. So what do you do? Leave it there, or do you do something about it? Right, okay, here's a great idea. Maybe this is something you do already. Hand it over to an asset recovery company. Accept a low offer for it. Maybe. They hand it over to an asset recovery company who scraps anything with zero value, and then they'll make an offer for you, and it might not be the right price because they've got to build in their profit margin and resell it onto the market, or they might need to put it into stock, so in which case if they put it into stock they need to buy it at a very low price. But it's quite wasteful because you could be getting a much better price for it if you have the equipment and have somebody like us resell it for you. Here's a great idea for you. It's called selling on consignment. Lots of people know about it, not everyone does. And basically, this is how it works. The equipment belongs to you, it's in your warehouse, or we bought it into stock here, okay? So, now, if you sell it to an asset recovery company, let's say for argument's sake the market price for a used part is £2,000. A refurbished price is £2,500 or maybe even £3,000. Why? Because it's been tested, it's been resprayed, it's had accessories added to it, the blanking panels have all been replaced, it's been put in a professionally refurbished box. The demand for a refurbished device, okay, is different from a used. They're not happy with something turning up that's been packed in bubble wrap. They want it to be professionally refurbished in box. They might be delivering direct to their end user customer site, and they're not going to be happy if they get a piece of junk turn up. They're going to want to see something look like how it might turn up from Cisco refresh. You know, so they're going to want to see something looking perfect. That commands a slightly higher price. So in which case, as the owner of the equipment, you're going to get a higher price. So if that equipment is in your warehouse or our warehouse or whatever, and we're remarketing it for you, okay, and we're remarketing it to a customer that is shopping around for a used part, but actually what they're looking for is refurbished. Instead of paying £2,000, they'll pay £3,000 for it. Refurbishing equipment doesn't come free of charge. I mean, we've got 4 guys refurbishing the equipment. We've got 2 engineers testing the equipment morning, noon and night, okay? That costs money to do that, but there are people that are prepared to pay to have something looking nice and refurbished. And in which case, you as the owner of the equipment are going to be much happier about, instead of getting £1,000 for that device because it's used, okay, you may get £1,500 or even £2,000 for that, because we found that customer that has that need for a refurbished part. It's all about supply and demand. Not everybody wants to have a refurbished part, but there are people out there that do. And all of our customers expect refurbished equipment. We don't supply equipment that's just used. We supply equipment that's been professionally refurbished. And, you know, people don't hit you over the head for £100 to get something that looks, you know, as good as you can get. So that's the reason why we can command a higher price for the equipment that you've got gathering dust in your warehouse. Okay, you send us a list of everything you've got with a list of serial numbers of everything you want to dispose of, and we'll get working selling it for you. Or we can collect it all from your premises and bring it into our secured warehouse, and we will do the auditing for you. Obviously, Obviously it remains your property until it gets sold. We take care of the wiping of all the configs, and anything that doesn't have any value we can dispose of securely. We have the necessary certificates for doing that. We're ISO 9000 and ISO 14000, and both of those require us to follow strict procedures. Or alternatively, we can be your representative on the open used market and order and collect ourselves as and when the products sell. The biggest and single most important thing that differentiates us from everyone else is that we're able to get you the highest return on your equipment. How do we do that? Just take a look at what we do with your equipment. This has been tested, it's been refurbished, it's been resprayed, it's got the right packaging for it for this particular switch. These do vary in size. It's got a power cable, it's got a rack mount kit with screws that fit this device. They don't always fit, but we make sure that they do. This arrives on site, there's no messing around, there's nothing missing. The engineer can get cracking and plug and play with this unit. It does cost a little bit of extra time and money to get to this level, but there are people out there that would rather have that than the time wasted when it gets on site and it's missing or it looks horrible. So, and it doesn't cost that much more, so for that little bit extra you're getting top quality, professionally refurbished equipment, and that's a good thing. We are transparent with the pricing, so you can send us a list of equipment and we can provide you with a list of our selling prices so you can see what the real value is. So if you have surplus or redundant Cisco equipment, send us a list of what you have and we can get started to get you the best value for it.